Welcome to Coffee and Real Estate Chat. I am here at the amazing location of JEP Contracting, beautiful building, just like the work you do.
Thank you.
Pat and I are going to talk a little bit about ADU. We're going to talk about if you have been house hunting and not had success finding properties and are only seeing properties that need work, how about a renovation mortgage loan or a rehab mortgage loan? Let's dive in first to if a client was to find a property that they want to make an offer on but it needs work. The first step would be
It actually starts with an initial discovery phone call.
Okay.
Reach out to that customer, gather more information. I have that call. If I feel like it's a good fit from that stage, a site visit.
That sounds like a good first and second step. Talking about ADUs, we had a law pass in Massachusetts last year, and I know you've been picking up a little bit with ADUs, is that right?
It is. The law has made it a lot easier for us to get permitting for the ADUs and really created some standards throughout the whole state of Massachusetts. So it's not necessarily done town by town, although every town has some regs.
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah.
Yes. One thing that people ask about is where do they begin? So let's say that they have a space for a freestanding unit, or they have the garage, they can do a conversion, or the basement. What is step number one in your opinion? And I think I know.
First, look at financing to fund the project.
That's exactly right. So step one, you have to figure out how are you going to pay for it. So whether it's a renovation loan or a rehabilitation loan, whether it's a home equity line of credit or a home equity loan, whether it's pulling from assets. Speak with your financial planner and do a combination of all three, but financing is definitely step number one. Number two is figuring out with you, maybe a site visit, is the project possible? Because let's give an example of a project that's dead on arrival, a septic system.
Yep.
So if you have a 3-bedroom house and you want to add an ADU and you already have a 3-bedroom septic with no room for expansion,
it's not going to happen.
Dead on arrival.
Yeah, but in most cases, septic systems can be updated. And just another cost, though, in the whole scheme of the project, but in most cases, they can be updated.
Right, you can expand the system, and that absolutely can be built into the project, so you can get moving on your ADU.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, are you noticing that ADUs are being done more for family or for investment?
Family.
Agree.
The cost of doing it for an investment, what I've learned, is pretty much doesn't make sense.
Right. Massachusetts is one of the most expensive states. Although California, we're right up there with them. And it is my understanding in California, there's ADUs everywhere. And it's almost like trying to get into a college, putting in an application to rent an ADU, is what I hear.
Yes. You know, it's going to evolve over time, but one of the things is people have a true understanding of what they actually cost. You know, I get people looking for an ADU. Their budget's $150,000 to $200,000, and that's not feasible.
Unfortunately, it's not.
Unfortunately, because it would be nice if it was.
We could go to like Tennessee, maybe.
We could do that for sure.
And build it, but not here in Massachusetts.
No.
The renovation loan process, as a lender, one of the first things we're going to do is vet a general contractor. And I just have to give Pat and his team kudos. His team is over here, and one of them has a really nice rising desk that I'm a little jealous of. But it's hard to get contractors to call back. Have you found that? His team will call you back. They will do the site visit if it's a good fit, right? Because not only are they interviewing you.
Yeah, I'm interviewing the client as well.
One of the things we're doing is looking to see if they have an online presence, which you do. Contractors don't like paperwork, so one heads up about renovation mortgage loans is we are doing a lot of paperwork. We need a bid with labor and materials broken out, and Pat and I were talking before about the timeline. Sometimes we have clients that are going on a weekend, say to look at an open house, and it's a multiple offer situation. They need a contractor to get in there and do a bid and expect it to be done right away. That's not realistic, is it, Pat?
No. Having enough time to make it work, and we'll be flexible. You know, we're busy, so we're always got something going on.
I think that's an important thing to note. So realistically, it's not an instantaneous process to get a detailed bid, especially if it's a gut reno. I mean, that's hours worth of work of Pat's time to get that bid, to make sure we're doing the quoting correctly with the mortgage, to make sure that the payment is affordable for you. But at the end of the day, let's talk about the benefits. When I have clients that go through with the process, they are building equity themselves. We often see appraisals come in over So there's a before improved value and an after improved value. The after improved value, the appraisals are usually coming in really strong. And that's why it makes sense to look for houses that have been sitting, maybe that aren't multiple offers, so you're not,
Right.
you're avoiding that whole stressful situation, but you have an opportunity to get a bid and decide, is this the right project for you? And if it is, congratulations, you are taking on hard work that is going to build you equity. And these are the houses that general contractors buy, that realtors buy, that investors buy. They're not buying what I call those Pottery Barn
Right.
move-in ready houses. They're buying the houses that need the work to put in the sweat equity
Yeah.
and reap the rewards.
Seller who also has to be managed as far as the timing.
Good question. So in a renovation loan, the sellers are pretty much hands-off. And will reach out to me and say, Nicole, we saw this address and we're meeting with the contractor to figure out what the price will be. I get the bid. We know it's $150,000 worth of work. They put in an offer on the house and it says renovation loan. Seller just knows they've received an offer from a buyer that is going to do a rehab or renovation loan. It has a closing date and it's usually pretty fast, 30 to 45 days. More time is always great, my realtor partners, but in the real estate world, we're moving and shaking all the time. 45 days later, that transaction closes, the seller gets their funds and moves on with their life. They have nothing to do with vetting the contractor, with the financing. As long as it closes and they get their money, they move out. And that's when the real work begins with a renovation loan, is the transaction closes, those buyers now own it, but they're not moving in. In some cases, the house needs, like in a total gut reno.
Right.
Sometimes they are moving in if it's a smaller project, and that's when the work begins with you. So the sellers are pretty unaffected.
Okay.
It's a great opportunity for home sellers that have a house that needs work. Realtors should consider putting some before and potential after pictures of what the house could be and seek out those buyers, especially the first time buyers who can't afford the Pottery Barn houses, but
Right.
maybe are willing to be flexible. Not a great situation if you have a lease coming up and you want to tackle one of these. That can cause extra stress. But if you can maybe live with some family and take the opportunity to seek out a property like this and work with a great contractor like Pat that actually calls you back and does phenomenal work, it can be a huge win.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for your time here.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
My pleasure.